Wieners, Wienettes, welcome to the Radical Masculine. Now today we are going to cover a clip by the Fresh and Fit podcast. Now this clip demonstrates on how when men have standards, expectations, and boundaries, how women are quick to say he's controlling and it comes from a place of insecurity. So stay tuned while we dissect this clip. Let's go.
For known, we'll start here. Would it be fair to say that a guy that tells you, because I'm just taking an aggregate of what you guys were all saying, a guy that tells you no guy friends, no club, none of your single friends that are hoes is controlling and insecure?
First of all, what kind of a monster would tell his girlfriend that she couldn't do those things? What a chauvinistic pig. Women are free. They're not animals. They should be able to do whatever they want, and a man should trust her because she's good to them, and women are honest, great people, and that just does not happen these days. If a woman wanted to cheat, she would be open and honest, and she would break up first. Psych.
No. Is insecure?
No, I'm saying because it seems to be there's a general consensus at the table that if a guy tells you, hey, I don't want you going to the club, or hey, I don't want you having Instagram, or any of these things, he's labeled as insecure or controlling.
I mean, I could see that people may think that they're insecure, but I don't think that necessarily thinks that
Okay.
insecure.
All right, fine.
wow.
What about you? I know you had a lot to say about that.
I mean, I definitely think it means that they're insecure. I mean,
Well, first of all, this girl can blow her nose and wipe her ass at the same time. Not to mention, look at that Adam's apple. It's beautiful.
you're going to come at me for something as stupid. Like, okay, it's different if, I'm in
Yeah, it's stupid to them, but it's not stupid to us men. Isn't that crazy?
the DMs and I'm actively flirting
Uh-huh.
or I'm, going out of my way to make myself seem available, if that
See, this is the biggest thing women attempt to do is they try to tell men or to demonstrate that a woman cheating is as overt as a man who cheats. For example, women try to say it's physical, it's them initiating something, but we all know that no, a woman just is there. She's available. And no, they don't have to make themselves look available. If they're there, if they're in that club, if they're with those people, they're available.
makes sense. Like, if
Okay.
I'm doing that, that's understandable. But, like, if people hit me up and are like, hey, where are you going to be tonight? Or where's the move tonight? Or, hey, do you have something for this or something? Like,
So in your eyes, it is controlling for him to try to tell you,
absolutely.
no club, don't go out on girls' night out, whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you? You think it's controlling as well?
Avoid these types of women. Avoid them.
I definitely do think it's controlling and it stems from insecurity.
Okay.
Wow, I wonder where she got that from. I definitely do think it's controlling and it stems from a place of insecurity. Yeah, no shit. That's a yes or no answer, stupid.
Diamond? Yeah?
I think it's due to how they go about it. Like, if you're coming to them about, like, hey, I don't want you doing this because you're going to talk to other men or thinking that it's open, then yes, that's coming from an insecurity. But if you just
Did you hear what she said? She says if it comes from a place of her boyfriend believing she has the capability and capacity to cheat, then it's insecure. But
respectfully don't want me in that environment, that's a different story.
Okay.
So
Nina?
oh, so if he's trying to protect her, that's a different story. But if he comes at me like, hey, like you might cheat, then he's insecure. Nah, see, this is what women try to do. This is why women always talk about communication. He must communicate because women want the opportunity to negotiate with a man to say, no, I'm going to be safe. I'm going to be with so-and-so. I'm not going to stay out all night. I'm going to leave early. I'll be home before 3 o'clock in the morning. Like, no, it's fine. Nah, we do not negotiate with terrorists or women?
It's kind of the same thing, but
No, I don't think it's insecure because I understand the reasoning behind it, but I'm still not gonna do it though.
Okay, so it's controlling.
sorry.
And it's not, but I'm still not gonna do it.
Okay.
So she's not going to do it as if she's not going to listen to the man? I don't get that. Or I'm not going to do it. So she's not going to do what her man... I don't know. That one's up for debate. Because I was going to say, a lot of women say this like, hey, well, I understand it, I get it, but I don't give a shit anyway, regardless. So...
To you, I know you had to... For you, would you consider that controlling? I know you had mentioned that before.
I'm like
Misogyny.
I'm stuck in between the two,
Half
to
and
be
half.
honest.
Okay.
It's a half and half for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the typical answer. Well, it's subjective. It all depends. It's 50-50. Not too much one way, not too much the other way. I'm still undecided.
What about you?
I agree. It's
You think it's
definitely.
controlling?
I definitely think it's half and half. It depends on the reason
I agree. I think it's half and half, and it depends on the...
why.
Controlling and or insecure?
Like I'm saying, like if you
It depends on the reason why. Well, the why is because he said it, so it doesn't fucking matter. She is already going to be one of those women that say, well, it all depends why. It depends how he says it. If he's going to come at me like, oh, that I'm cheating or I'm out flirting with guys, well, then yeah, it's insecure. Because we all know it's more likely that she entertains another man versus someone kidnapping and killing her. But
want me to go out there because you're insecure,
For my safety.
or yeah, that's
That's
different.
different.
That's different. But
oh, it's different. If it's for my safety, well, then I'll just say, no, don't worry. I'll be safe. And then she'll do it.
if it's because you think guys are gonna talk to me or I'm gonna talk to guys, then that's
Oh my goodness, how can a man think that she would talk to guys or that guys would talk to her? Man, these men out here are insecure and they're foolish because did you notice the look on her face? I've noticed this like with other women that I've set boundaries for. They would make it sound like, come on, you know me. I would never do this. I would never do that. But the majority of women that I've slept with from the club had a boyfriend. And it's not just the kind of girls I date. Majority.
we have to have a different conversation.
What about you?
My thing is like the whole no guy friends, no going out. It's like you insecure.
Misogyny.
No guy friends? What kind of voodoo is that? What are you talking about? No guy friends? What could I possibly do with a guy friend other than be his friend? I mean, come on, what is this? Insecurity? Stupid.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go back around the table and I'm going to ask, do you want a guy that's taller, stronger, and more ambitious or competent than yourself? Yes or no?
Can you repeat that one more time?
Do you?
All right, when a woman does that, can you repeat that? That's for them to have more time to figure out what they're going to say. Because women always want to express themselves so that they are seen in the best light possible. And whenever men ask a woman, or when Myron asks one of these hoes, hey, is this what you want? Well, no, I pick a person based off of the content of their character, not the amount of money in their bank. So that's what she's going to say. I could already fucking tell.
Wants a man that's taller, more competent, more ambitious, and stronger than yourself.
I don't really care when it comes to that. You are who you are.
See, you are who you are, and I either like you or I don't, and it doesn't matter about how good you look. It doesn't matter about how tall you are or how much money you have. If I vibe with you, then I vibe with you.
I don't want anybody. I mean,
Cut the fucking bullshit.
What?
Do you want a guy that is better than
What are
you,
you
taller
talking
than you,
about?
makes more money than you, more confident?
I mean,
Yes or no?
no,
I mean, no, it don't really matter.
No.
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 I
You literally
mean,
just mentioned
better
you would
than
want a
me.
sugar daddy.
Better than me.
I didn't say better than you.
I
I
would
said more
say-
competent.
All right, first of all, most guys would be better than her, especially if he's a successful man doing his thing. Because, I mean, look at her. I mean, that's average all the way, every day of the week. Little out of shape, the whole shebang, or a lot of it.
More competent.
Yes.
I mean,
has more life
I don't know what
experience,
that means.
understands things, more confidence,
okay,
makes more money than you.
Makes I guess. I mean,
I
Yes.
guess I don't mind taking
I
care
would
of
say
guys.
yes because I feel like a guy who has all those attributes, they are more able to lead in the
Okay.
right way.
Okay.
Oh, she wants a leader. However, she said she was 50-50, and it all depends on if the guy told her, hey, you can't do this. If she was willing to follow someone's lead, she would never say no bullshit like that.
Lead me. Go
Cool.
ahead.
Oh, another
course.
woman that just wants great leadership. I bet you these females would be like, well, why? Why? Nope.
Who doesn't?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Can you repeat the question?
Do you want a man that's taller, more ambitious, competent, and stronger than yourself physically?
I really just okay. I like
Yes or no?
no.
It's a very simple question.
I like my niggas fat and ugly. That's what's gonna
Okay, but you still, okay, so more.
fat, ugly, rich.
All right, more funny.
Okay, the reason why she gave that answer is because she's a prostitute. Could already tell. Escort, sugar baby, all about the money. She has detached from what attraction truly is, and as long as there's money, it's all that matters. Prostitute.
Actually secure than yourself.
Absolutely.
Okay, but you want him to be taller than you too. You mentioned that earlier.
If his bank account taller than me,
Okay. All right. Money first. What about yourself?
I'm 4'11", so I definitely want a guy taller than me.
Okay.
Cause then,
Okay.
you know.
And
Oh, so she's not just fat, she's really short. Beautiful.
more ambitious, competent, stronger.
Absolutely, because
Okay.
then that would motivate me to be better.
Okay, cool. What about you?
Ironically, the only thing I don't care about is the height.
Okay.
Told you I don't mind. I'm sure.
But you would want the competence and everything else.
Mhm.
Cool. What about you?
She don't care about height because she's actually a guy, and guys really don't care about the height of a woman. So there you go.
I mean, you're married. I'm assuming your husband probably fulfills some of these things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, she's married.
Well, you know what? All right. Oh,
Okay, so she's married. That's why she gave that answer at the beginning. So no wonder why she seems level-headed and understands men and what men want.
all of you guys are stupid, short, and fucking poor. Oh, sounds crazy, doesn't it?
It
I just
does,
literally used
but
your
it
logic
is
back
what it
on
is.
you. Hold on.
Mhm.
This is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I literally used your logic right back on you. A man that has boundaries and standards is always shamed by it. You're insecure. You're control.
The number one control tactic women use against men is shame, guilt, lies, and whatever else they could think of at the time.
You don't let me go out. You don't want me to have sexy pictures of myself on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. These are his standards. But why is it okay for women to question it and shame him? Whereas when you have a standard, I want a guy that's taller than me, ambitious, makes more money. Could I run around and say you guys are all a bunch of stupid, broke bitches that can't lead yourselves? That would be crazy for me to say that, wouldn't it?
Is that really standards though, or is that just like a controlling? Standards are more like things like looks or like what you.
No, it's a standard because if you tell a girl, I don't accept this, that is your standard.
But that you should tell them right up front. Like if you're gonna tell me that you're about to control a bunch of aspects of my life, you better let me know.
You should tell me up front so I can know to leave right away and not deal with you because I'm going to do what I want to do because I can do it and I don't give a shit. That's what that means.
No. It's I have standards, you have standards. The difference is female standards are never questioned.
That's true.
Male standards are. That's what I'm trying to show here.
That is actually true.
Because we don't sit here, and question what women want in men. We don't shame you guys for what you want in men. We understand when we're young, a woman wants a man that's confident, tall, attractive, in shape, stronger than herself. She wants a
And in fact, men openly say, okay, I got this car, I do this. Sure, I like tattoos, but women also like it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
leader.
Just better.
Men
Like, that's the word
understand.
you're saying is
Men
better.
understand this, but women cannot seem to understand that we are not the same and we have different standards. So when we say we don't want you to do certain activities that might put you in a bad situation that could put the relationship in jeopardy, it's always met with the same bullshit language you guys said earlier.
See, and here's the thing. Men that are good with women, they have been out. They have messed around with a lot of females. And many of those females were in a relationship or a marriage. And so we understand how women move. These women make it sound like, well, it's not like I'm going out and I'm going to hook up with somebody. I'm yours. I come home to you. No, we understand the way women move in 2023. We know it. We live it. We experience it. And smart men don't want their females in these predicaments because it's a lack of respect overall.
Controlling, insecure, toxic, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not insecure. It's very secure in my future, knowing that if I'm with a girl that's doing some
Ooh, exactly. It's not insecure. It's very secure. Because if I was insecure, then I would let you do shit that I did not want you to do, and I would just accept it. Or being secure, saying, hey, it's my way or the highway, and if you don't like it, kick rocks. That is secure.
shit, she's going to fuck up my future. So I'm not going to sit there and allow you to do it. The difference is this. When men put their foot down and have standards, it's considered discrimination.
Did you see Adam's apple? Did you see, not only was she blowing her nose and wiping her ass at the same time, she's laughing and giggling because she could not fathom a world in which a man would put a boundary on her. This is why the average 25-year-old girl has slept with at least 25 guys. That's the reason. That little giggle, that's why.
When women put their foot down and have standards, it's considered preference. So I prefer not to have chicks that conduct certain activities that might put the relationship in jeopardy. It's not controlling. It's being in control of my future, not allowing a stupid-ass chicken that's going to fuck up the relationship.
Ooh, he is fucking cooking right now. The facts. Bravo. Bravo.
I
mean, what he said was
I
facts.
got something to say.
Okay,
Yeah.
so everyone has a point to
Okay.
say.
I do.
We'll start with you and then D.
Look at Redhead's all, no. She's only about dick, money, and material things. I don't know.
I don't necessarily think that what you're saying, like when a guy says, I don't want you out, period. Like in my situation, he didn't want me out.
Here comes the horror stories. Well, I get what you mean if that were just it, but in my situation, he...
For birthday events, he didn't want me out in general. He said, I'm your only friend.
That means that she probably has a bunch of friends that are whores. This means that he probably met her and or there's a reason for it. You know, guys just don't come up with this shit off the top of their head. He knows her pattern, the patterns of behavior that she tends to exhibit, and he's trying to prevent it. So the more strenuous and the more on a woman's ass a man is, the more he knows about her. And that's why these women tend to buck.
Like, that's what he said. He said, I'm your only friend. You don't need to go out.
See, and other women will hear this and say, ooh, wow, ooh. But the guy's already thinking, yeah, well, there's a reason why he had to come down on her like that.
So I understand. I understand if you're
Smart
saying
man.
you don't want me out in the clubs, you know, shaking my ass and shit like that.
Facts.
Like, that's a standard. Okay, you don't want me disrespecting a relationship. But when you're telling me to stay inside the house or don't go nowhere without me, that's controlling.
I mean, it's
When
smart.
you're telling me to keep my location all
Look at
on
the
all
Adam's
the time
apple.
and you check where I'm
Move.
at,
That's
hey,
facts.
what you doing on 19th right now? That's
Yeah.
controlling.
If
That
someone
is
kidnaps you, who you gonna call?
Marooney, I don't
Coach
know.
Because here's the problem, bro. Like, this is what I've come, and you guys can agree to disagree with me. Maybe I'll be an asshole or whatever. But what I've come to realize, because I've interviewed well over 1,000 women, I already knew all your guys' answers before you sent it, by the way. It was just like, okay, let's see what they're going to say. Women want the freedom of being single while simultaneously having a guy in the background to be their boyfriend to provide them the security that they want and yearn for. But they still want to act like they're single without being questioned about it. My thing is this, is if you're off the market, you can no longer be all over the place with a for sale sign. But girls want to be able to have an owner while simultaneously putting a for sale sign. So if a better offer.
An owner? What am I, an object? What am I, property? No, when a man gets a woman, it's almost like he pays full price for her, which means he takes care of her, he buys gifts, he invests all of his resources into that woman, including his commitment. So, guys don't want to give that to a woman and then have them fucking disrespect that shit. That's why they have boundaries.
Comes along, they can go ahead and entertain it. And I'm simply saying, if you have.
And that's what a lot of women like to do. They like to have the security of a relationship while simultaneously keeping their toe in the water in case something better comes along. Or, oh, he's just a friend. Guess what? Every female friend I got, I've hit multiple times.
A guy, it's extremely disrespectful to be out there putting yourself out in a certain light, because he is already compromising himself to some degree to provide you that security, but you don't want to provide him that same security from a relationship standpoint. Men, right? You guys want security, getting the best guy that you can get. We want security, knowing that our girl isn't going to go out there and fucking embarrass us. But no one cares about that. You should be able to live your life and dot around, and you should be able to accept that. Don't be small dick. Don't be confident, blah, blah, blah. Why? Like, I don't think women understand. Let me finish. I don't think women understand that men have to create their last name. And when you create your last name, you have to give it to a woman that's worthy. I'm not going to give my last name to a woman that's going to go outside and embarrass me. A man's biggest fear is to have a chick that he loves find out she was doing a bunch of fuck shit before he gave her a last name, because now his last name loses value because he gave it to someone that wasn't worthy. There's a reason why guys have a serious point of contention with girls that conduct certain activities, because he knows deep down this woman is going to represent me. If I go out into the world, I don't want to get laughed at by my peers.
See, that's 100% true, and women tend to overlook this. They are always like, oh, you should trust me. You know who I am. I come home to you. But no, optics with men mean everything.
For paying full price for a depreciating asset that other people got for free. And I know some of you guys are going to say, oh my God, that's so misogynistic. Hey, man, I don't make the rules. I just report them. Men don't like hoes for
Well, Myron,
commitment.
do you think it's a better approach to force her to do those things? Or
No,
to
no,
make
you don't
her want
force,
to
you don't
do them?
force.
Like, even setting that as a standard, like, yes, you don't want that. But if you say that in the beginning, she's just going to sneak around and do it anyway.
And here's the thing. Like, you got to be upfront and let her know. But my thing is,
see, here's the thing. If you take these things away and she goes out of her way, and it just makes it easier for a man to say, okay, you did X, Y, and Z, you're gone, you're done. And, you know, versus it's like, oh, we'll trust them, because if not, they're going to sneak around anyway. This is the same argument they give for children or daughters. Well, if you're too controlling, or if you are too whatever, then they're just going to do it anyway. Nah, you're not going to do it, because there will be penalties and there will be consequences. That just is what it is. So, hell no. You set your boundaries, you set your standards, you make the line definitive, and if they cross it, you let them know, and usually you just tell them to kick rocks.
hey, you could do what you want, just understand there are consequences. She needs to know that there's negative consequences for, you know,
Just to add to
for
this
that
point
type
as well,
of behavior.
She can do whatever she wants, right?
Yeah. We don't tell her you can't lock her up.
She just can't be with us. So, for example, a lot of guys, right? They'll
Ooh,
say,
that's it
okay,
right there.
here's my requirements, right? They don't follow it. Cool. But guess what? Now he won't take you serious, and as a result, he'll string you along, fuck you, but never wife.
But when do you set that standard?
Exactly, because whenever I've been with a girl, you know, I basically say it's completely up to her. If she does what I want her to do, then she stays in contention for a relationship. But the second I notice she is kind of doing what she wants, not caring, not respecting my boundaries, then in my head, in my mind, it's sex only, it's just fun, and I already know that I'm not going to take her serious. So, you know, that's just it.
Don't you have like a rotation and then you pick one to be your this
No, I'm saying generally that's what most guys do. For us, it's a little bit different. But I'm just saying regarding demands and standards, guys will tell. Some guys will say up front, some guys will say like midway. But once they say it and the girl doesn't comply, they might just say, hey, you know.
See, this is like that Jonah Hill shit. It's like he was clear, he was concise. He told her, hey, if you want to do this, you can, but it's just not for me. And even that was deemed misogynistic, controlling, And it's like men can't have standards these days, and women can do whatever they want. And it's like, nah, fuck that. Whenever you attach yourself to another person, there has to be that. You have to be willing to compromise for a relationship. See, women, it used to be a woman's job to prove her fidelity, but nowadays women have replaced that by saying, you should trust me blindly.
But cool. You're not wifey. I'm just gonna treat you like.
And to be honest, like a girl, like if she really, really likes you, she's gonna know I got this guy. I need to impress him. I'm gonna start giving up certain types of activities so he can see me as a viable candidate for a real.
That's true. Even some of the most attractive girls that are for the street, even like boom, came into their life, and although they've had like behaviors and patterns and they do certain shit, even then early on they weren't pulling none of this shit. After a while they'll kind of test you or whatever, but you check that shit and then you move on. Most women are not going to make a good girlfriend to a man. Most women want to set it up so that they can do whatever they want and they can pick and choose. Okay, well, this guy's not making me happy anymore, so I'm going to set up a monkey branch opportunity down the road.
Yeah, I think that's a better way to go.
She's gonna give it up anyway. But my thing is that if a girl's trying to do this shit, I mean, if she's trying to do this shit and she's with you, you probably already lost. But what I'm saying is that these are just not habits that are conducive to like a girl that you want to take serious. Is all I'm saying.
That birthday thing, that's kind of OD though.
Yeah.
I go hold you. That's a little bit.
All right, so when he said that birthday thing, that's kind of OD. I'm willing to bet 1,000% that fucking chick is over-exaggerating out of her ass so that she could say, yeah, see, I told you, I bet you any money he was just like on some more realistic shit. Now, don't get me wrong. There are some guys that are out there that are controlling, like really controlling, and it's like, hey, if you don't like that, well, then don't fuck with the guy. But I guarantee that it wasn't that bad. She just wants the opportunity to say, see, I told you, or see, I knew it was controlling. That's controlling. Women will lie to prove a point. But anyway, that is the video for the night. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, do what you gotta do, show your boy love, and I will be back with you with another video, a reaction, an interview, or whatever else I got cooking up here. So have a good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Hold your bitch tight.